you sure? Okay, then before you give up and throw in the towel, maybe you should listen to this story. Around 2003, I was staying with my auntie in Tema, and I had a little argument with her, and her husband thought I was a bit difficult to control. So they threw me out of the house. I was 21. I had nowhere to go. I ended up staying with some friends at a mechanic shop in Tema Community 2. And mechanic shop, I'm talking about like a big parcel of land, a castle, and there are wooden structures that people are more or less squatting. So I went to live with them, and I think 2 weeks after moving in, I had a call that my mom had fallen sick, so I had to go and visit her at Nkoko. I went, and her situation was not good at all. Around that time, I had another call, that there was a job opening at a radio station called Nkosua FM in Kumasi. So I had to, I had to be commuting between Nkoko and Kumasi. I'll go and play there mid-morning around 10 to 12 and pick a trotro and come back to Nkoko, sleep by my mom's side at the hospital, and go back the next morning to Kumasi, go on and come back the next evening. I was doing that for about 3 weeks. Then one morning, Wednesday morning, it was October, I think 16th or so, when I was getting ready to leave, my mom told me that the doctors, this was what she said, Efia, I said, man, doctor, listen me woo. And I was like, hey, man, see, Joyce, that's my sister and my brother. And she was like, that was her last words. I cried, I picked the next car, I went back to Kumasi. Then the evening when I was coming back, I tried my best, but no car. So I had to sleep in Kumasi, in a colleague's house. Very early in the morning, I had a call that my mom had passed on. And I had to, I just quit the Nkosua FM job. I came back to Tema to stay at the mechanic shop again. I was there for a year and a half or so. And during this time, something very peculiar happened. I tried to get a job with Adom FM at that time. I would go there, try to convince them to pick me. I had the potential. They didn't believe in me. There was a man called Daddy Bosco. I don't know if you heard of him. He gave me a shot. He told me to come and play from 12 midnight to 4 a.m. So I'll go and play at 12 midnight to 4 a.m. Sleep on the carpet from 4 to 5:30 to 6. Wake up and walk back to the mechanic shop. I did it for 1 year. Someone knew that. And I was there for a year, but I was never recognized as a worker. They never saw me. I was not a worker. My name was not on their payroll. If anything happened, I wasn't there. I was just there. And during that time, I met a man called Wafapache. We had a friendship going on. We'll talk. He would ask about my mom, my sister, and stuff. And I mean, we became friends when I was there. You know, have you heard of Kwabena Pache? Yeah. I met Kwabena Pache during that year. And TV3 was also auditioning for a newscaster or something. And I went. Loads of people. They chose like 5 people. I was among the people they chose. Uncle Sifia, amen. When they shortlisted, after the 5 people or so, I was dropped. But the guy who auditioned me, his name was Rex Annan. So keep these 2 names, Kwabena Pache and Rex Annan, the guy who auditioned me at TV3. Eti makoshi said Tema wa Adom FM na anye ye di ne ho agim. California shift, I quit. And TV3 no so amaso. Then I heard there was Top Radio was doing I think their stations never bother my kind of saying. Radio was doing their test transmission. And during that time, when I was living at the mechanic shop, times were so hard that there were days when it was really hard for us. There was a man called Captain Asante. We had to literally go to him at times and beg for food to eat. My sister and myself. We had the test transmission at Top Radio. There was a presenter's guide thing. I don't know if you saw me on that reality show, presenter's guide, and presenter's guide. This Kwabena Kwachi man I met at Adom FM in the past saw me on TV. I need to go in Hana. So he reached out and called me, and my job opening at Oman FM came. I understood why I had to go and try to work with Adom FM. I went there for a whole year just to, have that friendship with Kwabena Kwachi, because the Lord had a bigger and better plan for me at Oman FM. At time I really wanted to be there at all costs. But were ordaining for me. But at that time, I wasn't patient. I didn't understand why I was going through all that hardship. I come on Oman FM. I go to Unique Floral to buy some stuff. You remember the rest Anan guy I told you about? The guy I met at the audition at TV3. It's my call. Then I ran into this guy after God knows how many years. And he's like, do you remember me? I auditioned you at TV3, this and that. I've been thinking of having my own TV show called Olie. You want to be the host? I said yes. I was on the show for 8 weeks. Then I was kicked out. I'm like, that proverbial